Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. Understanding the primary function of each personality type certainly helps give a better idea of how they respond to and take in information. Their dominant function is definitely going to be what stands out the most and is represented by the world around them. While the dominant function works in the combination with your other functions, it is still the one that helps people signify your personality and is often what is presented outwardly. It is definitely the lead function in making decisions and in helping to form a strong sense of self. While understanding all of the functions and how they work together is truly important, knowing someone's primary function is certainly the first step to knowing them a bit better. ISFJs are very practical people and focus a lot of energy on tending to their important tasks. They are also very caring when it comes to their loved ones and want to be able to provide for them appropriately. They can be somewhat internalized people at times, not always expressing their feelings or desires outwardly to those around them. Instead, they become more focused on the feelings and needs of others, showing their support where they can. Their dominant function is their introverted sensing or SI, which is a big part of how they process and respond to the world around them. This is their primary function, but the other functions of the ISFJ can sometimes stand out more obviously since their dominant SI is an introverted function. The extroverted feeling can be a bit more obvious to those around them, which is why it is important to understand how these functions work together. Today, let's talk about ISFJ primary function, understanding the ISFJ's introverted sensing or SI. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the Official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. SIFEs naturally use SI to catalog experiences and information they deem important. In particular, they remember their impressions of experiences they've had. They have an organized internal world and their mind can easily put similar pieces of information into appropriate categories. They learn straightforward practical systems, rules, and strategies with ease and grace. SI gives the sense of the SIFE being grounded and having a linear, black and white way of thinking about things. SI is internal or introverted sensing. It's all about real-world experiences and how the five senses, seeing, hearing, tasting, and smelling, affect people with SI. SIFEs value their own experiences very highly and typically have their value by their own experiences very highly, and typically have a very good memory or catalog of details about them. People with strong SI naturally become ritualistic in their everyday behavior because they find positive experiences that work for them and want to continue having those experiences. They also might highly value traditions in a personal sense. Perhaps they like having a certain kind of cake on their birthday every year, or they always go on vacation to the same place every summer. However, SI is very subjective, which means each person who uses SI might value vastly different traditions or rituals from the next person. SIFEs might have different reasons for valuing their own SI experiences than other types. They're very likely, for example, to value a certain kind of cake on their birthday because their mother always made it. They tend to be quite sentimental because their subjective experiences are made more meaningful by the people they're around. If someone that an SIFE cares deeply for creates any sort of ritual with them, that ritual will likely be all the more valuable to them. SIFEs are generally pretty in touch with the world around them because of their high value for real-world, tangible experiences. They tend to take care of life's daily needs very well through an organized schedule or a to-do list planned out in their heads. Because the to-do list in their head is being added to just as quickly as they check things off, they may feel that they haven't accomplished much unless they're able to see tangible results from their efforts. SIFEs might relate to the idea of an internal filing cabinet that stores the information they gather from the world in an organized fashion. Once they learn the details of how a system works, they're likely or unlikely to forget it quickly. They're also easily able to see the next steps in a process when they have experience with the underlying system because of their naturally linear thought patterns. They usually enjoy work where a key part of their role is to learn and become the expert in a set of procedures, a piece of software, a machine, or anything else that runs in a clear, linear, systematic way. SIFEs are often able to implement and maintain highly complex systems with incredible grace, whether it looks like creating a way to manage all of the orders and customers for a business, or keeping track of all their kids' activities for the week and finding a way to make sure everyone gets where they need to go. They tend to live knee-deep in the details, which helps with managing high levels of complexity. But they may struggle to zoom in and give a big picture view of something. People with strong SE like to know what to expect and to plan accordingly. Routine is one of their best tools, and they wield it well. When they know what is expected of them, they can accomplish really great things. However, they may not do well with vague instructions or surprises that affect the task at hand. If they spend enough time with a particular person, whether it is a partner, parent, employee, boss, or child, they may be able to find ways to interpret a vague idea into the details they need. But they nearly always need a lot of detail and clarity at the beginning of a relationship. SIFEs can feel uncomfortable when faced with an entirely new situation where they have no past knowledge or experience to rely on. They greatly prefer having a set of criteria or a specific way to complete tasks that they know work for them. If they decide to take on something big and new, they usually feel a lot more comfortable taking it slowly and getting used to one element at a time, rather than jumping in head first and figuring out things and details later. ISFJ functions. The ISFJ's dominant function is their introverted sensing, but their other functions play an important role in their behavior as well. The ISFJ auxiliary or secondary function is their extroverted feeling or FE. This FE causes the ISFJ to also be rather focused on the emotions and needs of those around them, wanting to be caretakers to the people they love. This is often what is more outwardly expressed about the ISFJ, since they care so much about tending to the needs of their family and loved ones. They don't want to disappoint or let anyone else down, and work hard to ensure that everyone is cared for properly. This is what often causes the ISFJ to recall so many details about people, since their FE aids the desires and focus of their dominant SI. While their introverted sensing focus on details and information, extroverted feeling is very outwardly focused on people and their inner needs and desires. The ISFJ becomes capable of understanding other people rather well, good at reading their emotions and remembering the smallest details about them. How about you as an ISFJ? What are your primary functions? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. SI and ISFJs. Introverted sensing in the ISFJ causes them to become very practical and detail-oriented people. They care about getting things done efficiently and don't like leaving anything up to chance. They're often very diligent and don't like allowing themselves to become distracted when something important needs to get done. ISFJs are good at taking care of daily chores or tasks, often taking on the errands of those around them as well. They care about tending to the practical needs of their loved ones, wanting to be sure everyone is properly cared for and comfortable. ISFJs are focused people, and they don't like allowing themselves to make mistakes or let down the people around them. Their introverted sensing can cause them to seem a bit closed off from new experiences at times, since they don't like jumping into anything new without being able to be sure that they won't make mistakes along the way. This isn't because the ISFJ enjoys appearing sheltered or closed-minded. They just don't want to let anyone down or jump into something which they cannot compare to past experiences. They use this inner catalog of information in order to help them care for the people they love most. For them, deviating can mean that they let someone down or make a mistake that disappoints the people they love. Before we continue, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. How SI works. Introverted sensing or SI is very much focused on past events and information. It is a way of processing and storing information from past experiences and using it to understand the present choices which need to be made. The SI dominant user will take an information and filter this through their memories, wanting to compare it to past experiences and things they have a better natural grasp on because they have been through it before. When things in the present do not match what they know about the past, the introverted sensing user wants to compare this further and understand what is not matching up right. If they have stored certain information and recognize that it isn't aligning with something from the present, they often realize that something is not right and needs to be adjusted. The SI user is excellent at recalling the past in great detail, especially things that truly matter to them. This is why they're often good at remembering dates or special occasions, not wanting to forget something which marks an important occasion for them or their loved ones. Dominant SI users can sometimes appear methodical, very focused on the details and want to be sure they are making the right choices. They don't like jumping into things without being certain about their actions, and it will take time to compare to the past and what has worked for them. This is why new situations can be a bit unnerving for them at times, since they don't have much to compare these actions to. They don't like stepping into things blindly and want some means of knowing that they are making the right decisions along the way. This way of thinking does make the introverted sensor very practical, wanting to focus on processes and proven methods rather than imagining scenarios that are unlikely to ever happen to them.